Today, we're diving into one of history's great unsolved mysteries. It's a story about a historic peace deal, a world leader's sudden death, and a whole lot of questions that, even decades later, nobody seems to want to answer. We're talking about the death of India's Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Just imagine that for a second. It's the height of the Cold War. You've just pulled off a massive diplomatic victory, a peace treaty. The world is watching. And then you're gone. Just like that. How does a prime minister die so suddenly, so mysteriously, at the very moment of his greatest triumph? It's the kind of thing that just doesn't add up. So to really get why this was such a bombshell, we need to rewind a bit. We've got to understand who this man was and just how high the stakes were on this mission to Tashkent. You see, Lal Bahadur Shastri was a pretty unique leader. He followed Jawaharlal Nehru, who was this larger-than-life figure. Shastri, though, was known for being humble, honest, a man of the people. But don't let that fool you. He was also tough as nails, the leader who guided India through a war and was now trying to secure the peace. And his time as prime minister was intense. He takes office in 64, and by 65, he's a wartime leader. So this trip to Tashkent in January of 66, this was supposed to be the capstone, a peace declaration with Pakistan brokered by the Soviets. I mean, this was huge. The entire world was paying attention. All right, so let's walk through the official version of what happened that night. On paper, it all seems pretty straightforward, almost tragically simple. The record says he signed the treaty on January 10th. He went to a reception. People said he seemed fine, maybe a little tired, but fine. He goes back to his villa, and then, in the middle of the night, he starts coughing violently and collapses. A doctor gets there, but it's already too late. And boom, that's the official line. A massive heart attack. Case closed. And he did have a history of heart trouble, so it sounded plausible. But for the people who knew him best, his own family, this simple explanation felt completely, totally wrong. And this is where the clean, simple story starts to fall apart. The moment Shastri's body got back to India, the doubts began to surface, and they've been lingering ever since. I mean, think about it. If it was so clearly a heart attack, why would his own wife, Lalita Shastri, be one of the very first people to cry foul? She didn't just have a hunch. She was adamant. She said her husband was poisoned, and her claims were based on what she saw with her own eyes. And here's what she and other family members reported. They said his body had turned a dark bluish color, which to them screamed poison. They also saw strange cut marks on his body. And then there are the other details. His personal doctor wasn't there when he died, which is odd. And maybe most telling of all, his personal diary, the one he wrote in every day, was just gone. Vanished. And this might be the biggest red flag of them all. Despite the family's begging, and despite the fact that a world leader just dropped dead on foreign soil under suspicious circumstances, no autopsy was ever done. Not in Tashkent, not in India. Nothing. It's a massive procedural hole that has fueled conspiracy theories for over 50 years. As if that wasn't enough, multiple governments in India have flat out refused to declassify the official files on his death. The excuse? That releasing them could damage foreign relations and cause chaos. Which of course just makes you wonder, what could possibly be in those files? So, when you have no official answers, no autopsy, and a bunch of sealed files, you get what we have now, a tangled web of theories, each pointing the finger in a very different direction. You've basically got three main camps. The first is that the official story is true, it was just a tragic heart attack. But that doesn't explain the blue body or the missing diary. Then you have the foreign agents theory. Could the CIA or the KGB have wanted him out of the picture? And then there's the darkest theory of all, an inside job, an assassination by political rivals in India who wanted to take power. So it really boils down to this, doesn't it? On one side, you have the official record. Simple, neat, tragic. And on the other, you have this messy pile of strange evidence, missing records, and a government that refuses to talk. The two just don't line up. In the end, without that postmortem report and without those classified files being opened, we're all just stuck in this maze of speculation. The real truth, whatever it is, remains sealed away. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? One of the most hopeful moments for peace in the region, a deal literally signed in ink, is immediately overshadowed by this permanent cloud of doubt over how the peacemaker himself died. And the fact that we're still talking about this today shows you how much it matters. That lack of closure, that official silence, it's become this symbol of public distrust. It's one of those historical events that taught generations of people to question the official story. And that's the question that just hangs in the air. Was it a terrible tragedy of fate, or was the man who championed the soldier and the farmer, the very heart of India, silenced on purpose, for reasons we might never ever get to know? The answer is still locked away in one of history's greatest mysteries.